Hello my loves, welcome back to Baldur's Gate. Today I want to try and create what I think Marceline from Adventure Time will be like. I did Flame Princess and that was so fun and I adore Marceline, so it just had to be done. Okay, so for her race, I am going to go for Drow. I just think it makes so much sense for her. I think it's so beautiful and she fits into it so well. I adore it. So that was like a natural point for me to put in. There was no other question about race. Now, sub race, I'm a little bit torn here. I think really you could change this depending on the kind of gameplay you want to go for. I just think it's a little bit complicated with her background, because the bright red eyes and like people fearing them could really work, but she also has that soft side to her and she's not completely corrupt. She has this very loving, caring side, like as you can see with Princess Bubblegum and things. And then this one just seems like a kinder option for her. So it really depends like which side of Marceline you're going for. I personally would go for this one just to cover that softer side that she shows when she's with PB, personally at least. And then class. I think it should be a really, really cool rogue. You could multi-class her. I think rogue or warlock would be really cute to play with her. But I feel like bard is the natural choice, not in terms of clothes. If we're going purely off like starter clothes, rogue is cuter for her. But with her bass being such a significant part of her and her music being so heavily intertwined into her character, I think bard is the one that makes perfect sense for her. And then instrument, she has her bass. Obviously we don't have a bass as an instrument, so I would probably go with lute. I think that's probably the closest that would be able to get, really. And then backgrounds, I would probably go with Outlander. Grew up in the world's learning to survive far from the comforts of civilization, surviving unusual hazards of the wild to enhance your prowess and understanding. When you look into her background, very sad and disturbing lore. But like the survival and the skills from that, I think make a lot of sense for her. And now we get to create her. So we have to choose a face. Obviously this is up for interpretation on what you think like a more humified version of Marceline would look like. I'd also like to mention that we cannot make her a vampire in this stage, but there is a mod available across all platforms to make you full ascension vampire, normal vampire, or oh my god, what's it called now? When you're like halfway there. Vampire spawn. There we go. I think I'm gonna go with this face. I like the kind of seriousness that it gives. I think it's a great choice for her. And then the drow skin tones are perfect for Marceline. I think she has this grey blue tone to her. So there are a lot of great options here that you could go for. Oh my god, my cat just jumped so high. I'm a little bit baffled. I personally am going to go for this one. I think this one's really cute. Dusk as well is such a cute little colour for her. It suits her. So I'm going to go with that. And we will leave freckles and scarring. And then eye colour, I'm just going to go for like a black. This one is very, very beautiful. I do think she would look cool with demonic eyes. Do I think she would have demonic eyes? Maybe not. But Adventure Time characters don't have eye colours, they just have black. So it's really what you want to go for, but I would like to stick as close to the show as possible. So I'm just going to go with that, to be completely honest. We will leave tattoo. Unless we can try and do the vampire bite, but I really don't think that there's anything that can get remotely close to a vampire bite, so we will leave that. Um, she doesn't have any piercings, but I do think some little ear piercings on her would be very, very cute. But I'm going for as accurate as possible, so I'm going to leave those out. And then eye makeup, I want to give her like moody eye makeup, but nothing too like outlandish kind of thing. Because I feel like she's a black eyeshadow lover, but this is all up for you to decide. I don't know, where's like I literally had one that I really liked. I think it may have been this one. It was this one. I like this one. And then we want it back and the intensity all the way up. And then lip tint, she has got, I imagine, to be what quite like pale, like lips kind of blending into a skin tone. So if we just turn that up a little bit and kind of go for this. And then her hair. This, I'm scared for how we're going to do with hair. I'm not going to lie to you here. I think this is pretty cute for her. It really depends what you're going for here. This is also pretty cute for her. It's not as long as I would like it to be, but it does work. Any of the hairs that I have that are mods, by the way, are available across all platforms, as I've said before. I do think this one's cute, but it feels a little bit too curly for her. This one also very, very cute. I'm actually kind of leaning towards that, even though it's not the most accurate, but I do think it's cool and fun and works well for her. This one is a very, very beautiful one that I think could work very, very well for her, actually. And then we'll just go for a few more and see, but I think I've decided that could work. This could work. There are so many options that you can go with here. It's really like personal preference at this point. But personally, where is the hair that this one? This is the hair I wanted to go for. And then we just want to make her hair as black as possible. This is black neutral, the shadow heart black, which is a mod for all platforms. If we go into all highlight colors, we put black in just to make sure. Yeah, okay. Put black in, turn the highlight intensity all the way up, and then is there a black in graying? There is, and turn that all the way up. I find that you have to do this to get like the deepest shade of black, because weirdly, like the hair colors aren't that like, they're not like jet black or anything. They're not as dark as you want them to be. So you have to mess around with the highlight intensity and things. But this is Marceline and what I think she would be like. She's very cool. She's very cute. I love her very, very much. But I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.